late May, the kind of a spring day when a private detective's fancy turns to thoughts of where the next customer is coming from. And then the door of my office opened and closed, and spring was here. Her name was Gail Chapman. She was young, she was beautiful, and she had been married exactly 22 days, 4 hours, and 35 minutes. A combination of circumstances that should have made her one of the happiest girls in the world. Instead, Gail Chapman was one of the most miserable.
Oh, you must help me, Mr. Hammer.
Hey, hold it now. You're spilling.
Thank you.
Now, hang on to it. It might clot up again.
I suppose I should tell you that I don't have much money.
Yeah, well, suppose you tell me a few other things first. Gail's husband, Quinn Chapman, had left her 6 days ago, saying he was going to visit his mother, a Mrs. Diana Chapman, whom he had not seen in nearly 10 years. Mrs. Chapman lived in a small New England village called Forge River. Quinn had told Gail he would either send for her or be back in Manhattan in a couple of days. So far, he had done neither. Gail had tried to telephone Quinn's mother, but there was no phone listed in the name of Diana Chapman in Forge River.
I know something's happened to Quinn, or he'd be back by now. Or he'd have written or telephoned or something.
What reason did he give for not taking you with him?
Oh, except that he wasn't quite sure that his mother would want to see him after all these years.
Not much of a reason, is it?
You're thinking that Quinn was hiding something from me, aren't you?
Well, what do you think?
I don't know. I know that Quinn loved me.
Sure.
He did.
Sure. How long did you know him before you got married?
2 weeks.
Where are you living now?
At the Bannister Hotel.
All right, I'll pick you up there in a couple of hours. You better pack a bag.
Where are we going?
Forge River.
But how about your feet?
We'll talk about that later.
Thank you.
Now, you better keep that, too, until we see what happens. The town of Forge River was tucked away in the folds of the Berkshire Mountains, 130 miles from Manhattan. Gail and I checked into the best hotel in town. It also happened to be the only one in town. And I left her there to freshen up while I located the Chapman estate. It was called Shadow Hill, and it was well named. A place of brooding silence, decaying elegance. The house itself sat on the top of the hill. It looked about as warm and comfortable and home-like as Grant's tomb. As the elevator climbed to the top of the hill, I felt I was riding in some sort of time machine, traveling back into a still, silent, dust-covered past.
Hello? You want something, mister?
Yeah, I'd like to see Mrs. Chapman.
She expecting you?
No.
And you can't see her. She don't see anybody without an appointment.
Good, I'll remember that the next time.
Better get out of here, mister.
Now, look, King Kong, I've got no time to be playing games.
What's the matter, Bass?
He wants to see Mrs. Chapman.
I'm Janet Kellogg, Mrs. Chapman's secretary. Maybe I could help you.
You sure can. You can tell Mrs. Chapman I'm here. It's about her son.
Oh. And who are you?
My name's Mike Hammer. I'm a private detective from New York City. I'm representing Mrs. Quinn Chapman. I understand her husband came up here to see his mother, and he never came back.
So?
So are you going to tell her that I'm here, or aren't you?
Well, you're here.
Yeah.
Come inside, Mr. Hammer.
It's Janet. You
It's all
can't.
right. I'll take the responsibility. Come on.
Yeah. Janet Kellogg ushered me into the living room, and then went upstairs to tell Mrs. Chapman that I wanted to see her, and why. The inside of the house at Shadow Hill was even less cheerful than the outside. It wasn't a place to live. It was a place to die. And it was well equipped for the purpose.
Yes, it's loaded, Mr. Hammer.
But all it's ever been used for is a paperweight.
You must use mighty heavy paper around here. Well, is Miss Chapman going to see me?
She can't. But Mrs. Chapman gave me permission to answer any questions, well, that you want to ask.
Well, now, that's darn sweet of her.
Hmm? As a matter of fact, it is under the circumstances.
What circumstances?
Well, the fact that her son means absolutely nothing to her, or she to him. The only reason he came here to see his mother was to get money.
Did he get any?
Mm-hmm. $10,000.
No kidding. Well, well, well. Tell me about it.
There's not much to tell. Quinn just showed up one day last week, but Mrs. Chapman refused to see him.
Oh, yeah? Why?
Because until then, she didn't know whether he was dead or alive. You see, when her husband divorced her 10 years ago, he took the boy. As far as Mrs. Chapman was concerned, her son ceased to exist. She apparently wanted to keep it that way.
Uh-huh. Go on, go on.
Well, she made out a check for $10,000 and told me to give it to him, on the condition that he would promise to go away.
Did he agree?
Well, he must have. He took the check. That was last Tuesday. I haven't seen him since. And that's all I can tell you, Mr. Hammer.
Maybe, maybe not. Let's get back to Mrs. Chapman. Why'd you refuse to see her son?
I told you.
Yeah, I know that you told me, but that's not all there is to it now, is there?
Mr. Hammer, Mrs. Chapman sees no one outside of Bass, the housekeeper, the cook, and myself.
Yeah, but that still doesn't answer my question.
I don't have to answer your question.
Who is this?
Mrs. Chapman.
Oh, she's beautiful. I've seen her somewhere before.
I'll have to ask you to leave now, Mr. Hammer.
Mrs. Chapman, my foot. Even my tired old eyes couldn't mistake that luscious babe in the picture. She was Diane Warren, one of the gayest musical comedy stars of my adolescence. I remembered her saucy little dance, which she ended by kicking her garter into the audience. I never caught the garter, but now I had my hands on a mystery. The career of this beautiful, talented woman had suddenly been interrupted 10 years ago by a scandal that filled all the gossip columns for a week. And the talk was that she had been horribly disfigured. By the time I reached the bottom of the hill, I changed my mind about leaving. I wanted to have a talk with Diana Warren, and I didn't want to be sidetracked by Janet Kellogg or the watchdog named Orrin Bass. That meant getting up to the house without using the elevator or the stairway. I took another route, a pathway along the side of the hill.
Put that gun away, mister.
Gotta be more careful with that shooting iron, my friend.
If I'd wanted you dead, mister, that's the way you'd be. Now you get off this property and you stay off. Because the next time I catch you snooping around here, I won't be careful. Go on, move.
Arguing with Bass would have been one thing. Trying to argue with a .30-30 Winchester would have been another. I moved.
And don't come back.
Thanks a lot. And I drove around the other side of the street and went through the hedge into the garden, counting on Bass, thinking I was a guy who was easily discouraged. With Bass and his heavy artillery guarding Shadow Hill, I probably had as much chance of getting to Diana Chapman as I did of hitting the moon with my hat. But I was going to give it another whirl. And then I saw it. An empty shell ejected from a .45 caliber automatic. And there was something else. The spot wasn't large, but it was large enough, and the color of dried blood. There was a trail of it. It led out of the pool, and from there across a patch of grass to the base of a tree. Under the low-hanging branches, there was another large stain on the grass. The brush had been freshly cut and arranged on the ground as a camouflage. It hit a plot of spaded dirt about 3 feet wide and 6 feet long. I didn't have to know how deep it was. I knew it was deep enough. And I knew I had found Quinn Chapman. Miss Warren?
You know who I am? How did you find out?
In the photograph in your living room?
Then you're the private detective Miss Kellogg spoke to. She shouldn't have let you in, Mr. Hammer.
She didn't know I was a fan. I first saw you at the Empire Theater when you were starring in Fancy Lady.
That was a long time ago, Mr. Hammer. You have an excellent memory.
To remember you? No. Anybody who ever saw you on the stage could never forget you, Miss Warren.
Don't call me that, please. I'm not Diana Warren. I haven't been since...
Since when?
If you know who I am, Mr. Hammer, you must know what happened to me.
Yeah. Yeah. I was just testing.
What?
To find out if you could talk about it.
Then for your information, Mr. Hammer, the answer is no. I cannot talk about it. And now, if you'll excuse me.
Just a minute, Mrs. Chapman. There's somebody I want you to meet.
No.
It's your son's wife.
I'm sorry, but...
Gail is young, Mrs. Chapman. She's young and frightened and alone. She has no parents, no mother and father, no relatives, no one to take care of her.
I can't help that. I'm sorry if Quinn's deserted her, but I can't see her. It's impossible.
Why?
I see no one.
Why? Is it because you're afraid of their reaction when they look at your face?
I think that should be obvious.
Maybe to some people, but not to me. And perhaps that's because I don't understand cowards. Oh, look, Mrs. Chapman, I don't know very much about these things. But I don't think it's your face that's made you hide out in this mausoleum.
And what do you think it is?
I don't know. Humiliation, maybe. Self-hate, self-pity.
You're a fool, Mr. Hammer. Look at me. What would you have me do with a face like this? Make believe it doesn't exist? Parade it in front of the world? See the shock in their faces, the pity in their eyes, just as there is in yours. Go ahead, Mr. Hammer, turn away. You don't have to pretend with me. I know what I look like. I'm not a woman any longer. I'm a monster.
No. Up to me, you're not. When I look into your eyes, I still see the same beautiful, desirable, exciting woman that you've always been.
I haven't been kissed like that in years. I liked it.
Well, I haven't been celibate quite that long, but you know something? I liked it, too. Now, listen to me, Mrs. Chapman. Listen to me. What happened inside you when that knife cut you is a lot more important than what happened to your face.
You don't know.
I know that you could have done something about your face with plastic surgery. You still can. Unless, of course, you prefer self-pity.
I don't.
You've still got a lot of living you can do if you want to. All it takes is the wanting.
It's the first time in years anyone's offered me anything but pity. Thank you. Where's Quinn's wife?
She's in the hotel in town.
Will you tell her I want to see her? Bring her to me?
Mm-hmm. I went back to the hotel and brought Gail to Shadow Hill. I didn't tell her what I had found under the old tree, but I did tell her about Diana Chapman. It was the kind of a story the editors of Sunday supplements get fat on. Diana Warren had been one of the biggest names on the Broadway stage. She had everything a woman could want. Youth, beauty, wealth, a career, a husband, a son. And then, one day, it all blew up in an explosion of violence and scandal when a man claiming he was a jilted lover cut her with a knife. Diana took Gail into the house, and I went back to that piece of ground under the tree. I had turned over only 3 or 4 spadefuls of dirt before I struck something. It was a suitcase. Quinn Chapman's suitcase. The clothing looked as if it had been packed by a man who hadn't planned to go very far or stay very long. And under the jumble of clothes, I found a packet of letters. There were 4 of them, all written by the same person, Janet Kellogg. But they weren't addressed to Quinn Chapman. They'd been written to a man named Paul Kellogg.
Mr. Bass? Mr. Bass? Oh, Mr. Hammer. I was looking for Mr. Bass. Have you seen him?
No.
Well, if you do, will you tell him to come up to the house? Mrs. Chapman wants him to drive to the hotel to pick up Gail's things. She's going to be staying with us for a while.
Good. Miss Kellogg, just a minute. I think about something that belongs to you.
Where did you get these?
From a suitcase buried under that tree over there. The suitcase was buried along with Quinn Chapman's body.
His body?
That's right. There's nothing to see there yet.
You mean that there's a man buried here in the garden?
That's right. But it's not Quinn Chapman, is it?
No!
No. Whose body's under there? Who's Paul Kellogg?
Oh. My brother.
Your brother? And he was posing as Diane Chapman's son, huh? Well. And whose idea was that?
Mostly mine, I guess. I got the idea when I found out that Quinn Chapman had been killed in an automobile accident in California, and that Mrs. Chapman didn't know about it. I figured it was a way to get some money, to get away from this overstuffed boneyard.
Yeah, but your brother had other ideas, didn't he?
When he saw the setup here, he wanted to move in and get control of Mrs. Chapman's money. I tried to talk him out of it, but he wouldn't listen.
And what happened then?
I told you before, he just didn't show up anymore. Now look, if Paul's dead, if somebody killed him, I don't know anything about it.
You're sure of that?
He was my brother.
Yeah, that's right. All right, come on.
Well, where are you taking me?
Up to the house. I'm going to call the police. Come on, honey. Come on.
He'll be down just a moment, Orrin. And while you're in town, will you mail this for me? Dr. Borden's a plastic surgeon. I've read he does marvelous work.
I'll take the rifle to my room and be right back.
Orrin, have you ever missed New York in all the years you've worked for me out here?
No? Why?
I was just wondering if you want to go on working for me in the city when I go back.
Go back? You mean to stay? What about this place?
I'll sell it.
No. You can't do that. You can't sell Shadow Hill. You can't go back to New York.
Orrin.
Don't you see what's happening? First was that son of yours, now it's that girl and that private detective.
What about them?
Well, all they care about is your money. That's why they're trying to get you away from here, so they can get your money.
Don't be ridiculous.
I know what I'm talking about. Diana, you're safe here. Here with me, they can't do anything.
Orrin, let me go.
No, look, you've got to listen to me. Have you forgotten what it was like out there? What happened to you? The way people looked at you? What they said about you, even your own husband?
Orrin, stop it.
No, Diana, you've got to listen to me. Do you think they care about you? You don't look like that anymore.
No.
Diana, you've got to stay here where you're safe.
Let me go.
Let her go! You leave her alone.
No. Killed her.
Served her right. She was trying to get your money. Don't! Get over there.
Orrin.
Stay away. Now, give me your gun. No, with the left hand.
It was empty, huh? Maybe you better check mine.
Don't! I'm gonna get out of here. And I'll kill anybody who tries to stop me.
Orrin, stop.
Stay away from me!
Let him go.
When they start cutting you up into little pieces, you'll wish that you would listen to me.
Oh, please. Take care of Gail. Go on. Hold her fast.
Janet, will you phone the police?
When I came to, I was back in the house. Janet was making some emergency repairs on my shoulder. Mrs. Chapman had put Gail to bed. A doctor and the police were on their way.
Well, that should help until the doctor gets here.
Yeah.
Mr. Hammer, I have a confession to make to you. I almost let you get killed by that elevator.
Well, why didn't you? I'm the only one who knows about your brother.
I didn't kill him, I swear.
I know that. If you'd killed him, you'd have had to drag his body out of the pool. He wasn't dragged, he was carried. That meant bass.
What will they do to me? You know, for trying to get that money out of Mrs. Chapman.
Well, I've been thinking about that too, Janet. You see, if they arrest you, Gail and Mrs. Chapman are going to find out they don't have very much in common after all. That'd be a shame, because I think they're good for each other, don't you? Well, then in that case, do you think you could forget you ever had a brother?
You mean, let everybody go on thinking that Paul...
That's the idea, Chickie, that he completely disappeared. Now, if you're thinking about thanking me, don't. You leave that up to me. I'll think of something.
She's fallen asleep finally.
Well, at that age, hot milk will do it every time.
Mr. Hammer, I want to say thank you. But there just aren't words enough for me to express my gratitude.
Well, just make sure that I get a seat down front and center at your next show, Miss Warren. And when you do that little dance at the finale, I want to be where I can catch the garter.
Mr. Hammer,